Alright, it's a couple of days later, and I got parts, finally. They were supposed to be in on Monday, and today's Tuesday. They finally came in, and so now I can get back to work. What you're looking at here is a gasket kit. It's an installation gasket kit, so it has all the reed gaskets and so on and so forth. It also has jug gaskets and head gaskets. You never can have too many of those. So I have everything that I need there, and I also got, I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. It's my Mikuni fuel pump. And to be brutally honest with you, I don't think I'm going to use this. From what I've been reading and what I've found is this one, which is the stock Mikuni fuel pump, is actually a higher flow than this one. So I don't know. I'll try this one and see how it works. I mean, it would be very easy just to swap this one out anyway, if I decide to. So I'm not worried about it. This one seems to work fine. I took it apart and it has nothing wrong with it on the inside. It holds a vacuum here, which is how, this is the pulse line from the engine. So what the engine does is it sends pulse and it makes a diaphragm shake back and forth inside there, and it actually pumps the fuel through. So it's all fine. All of the stuff on the inside is great, so I'm gonna deal with it. And I'll just save this one because the 750 has one of these in it. Never can have one of these, and for 28 bucks, I'll save it. Let's see, what else did I get? Oh, this is what I'm going to do for my block off. What I did, this is the oil pump that goes inside the Polaris engine to pump the fuel from the very bottom. No, I'm sorry, pump the oil. Well, they sell a block off kit. Well, I took off, out on the inside of this thing, there is a little shaft that goes inside the engine. And what it does is it actually drives this oil pump to do oil injection. Well, I'm converting over to premix inside here, so I either needed a block off or to come up with some idea. Well, if you take the shaft out of there, there's nothing to drive this deal. And this thing has a nifty little O-ring, and it is meant to seal that little hole to keep air leaks from happening. So all I did is I went over to AutoZone and I got little nipples to seal off the oil injection holes, and I'm going to put this back in without the shaft that goes inside the engine. So that's going to block it off and create my oil block off, and then I will just do premix inside the gas tank. So we're all good there. So I'm going to start working on this, taking it apart and putting it back together, and hopefully have this thing on the lake by the weekend. Alright, a little word of advice. Don't ever buy gaskets from this company right here. Cometic Gasket. Apparently, here's the factory gasket, and it's kind of like a paper type thing. It does tear. And I thought, oh, these gaskets could kind of got a tin or a metal center, that they would be better, a little stronger. They are the biggest pain in the ass to install. They do not fit over the studs very well. You have to waller out each one of these little stupid holes where my thumb is to be able to get it to work. And there are tons of them because you got one behind the spacer, one on the other side of the spacer, you got your reed cage, and then you've got another one. So you've got 3 altogether on all of these, total of 9. So it's a whipping. It's cut my fingers all up. It's very irritating. You can see I've reinstalled the oil pump down there. It's all blocked off and ready to go. So I'm just going to keep on trucking doing this, but I wanted to let you know, Cometic gaskets or whatever that is, unless you got a lot of time on your hands and you have more patience than I do, don't buy them. Okay, well 2 hours later, I'm a whole lot closer to having this thing complete. Got all the carbs on, got the carb plate on, did new fuel hoses, and yes, I have 2 clear and 1 blue. I didn't have enough clear to get it all the way done, so I have 1 blue and 2 clear. I'm not real happy about that, but you get what you get, you don't throw a fit. Anyway, I'm in the middle of tightening up my carburetors with my trusty little my little stubby wrench here, my little 12mm, made in China, cheap little stubby. So that way I can get it done. I've siphoned all the fuel out of the tank. That was a nasty undertaking. I've got a numb tongue because of it. And I didn't realize I had that much in there, but I filled up this sucker. That's 5 gallons and about another quarter of that. So it must have been pretty close to a full tank. I wonder if this thing's got close to 10 gallons. It probably does. I don't know, and I don't care. But now I'll just throw some oil in that to get its premix back, and then pour it back in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish tightening all these suckers up, and then I'm going to take the spark plugs off and cut the boots back 1/4 inch, so about that far, and then re-screw them back on, or re-twist them back on, and then put a zip tie on them. So that way you just kind of remake the connection, so you get nice, good and fire to the cylinders. And just continue going. Okay, well, it is complete. With the fuel pump attached, got all the fuel lines run, reran all my new lines, filled the tank with premix. So now we're going to try to start it. See if all my labor comes to fruition here and actually runs perfectly. Alright, so done all my pre-flight checklists, just gone over this thing 100%, made sure all my fuel lines are tightened. That's what you always want to do before you go firing something up. So I went through every single one of them just to make double and triple sure that I've got fuel going to, to everything is done 100%. Then what I did is I choked it and made sure you turn on your little gas, and cranked it over and watched everything fill up nice and neat. And so now we're ready for our first try to see if it fires off. So here we go. Alright, definitely fired up. I like that. Got a lot snappier response than that 750. Then again though, I completely rebuilt these carburetors. I probably need to pull the carburetors off the 750 and go through them also. But got a little issue I noticed here. I'm constantly blinking here and you'll see it come up oil. Well, I read somewhere that you can just take the oil line, and it's falling down in there, and you can just twist them together and it will show that the oil light is, or the oil tank's always full. Well, I was incorrect in that, so everybody mark that down as that Jay is wrong. And so I found out that you have to put, I do believe it's a 300 ohm resistor in between the two, so that way it does not show oil is low all the time. So I'll run up to Radio Shack. I think they probably carry those resistors, and put it on there. If not, you can, I've also read you can put it inside the CDI unit. But fires up, runs good. That's always a plus. So I guess we'll get the 300 ohm resistor and take it to the lake in the next couple of days and see how it does. And it's dark, it's late, I'm tired, so I think I'm going to call it a night. Alright, so you can see through my blood, sweat, and tears, I now have 2 jet skis for about, I don't know, 1,100 bucks. 2 jet skis on a double trailer with all repairs and everything for $1,100. It just goes to show, if you tackle something, you read stuff on the internet, and you double check all your work, you come out ahead and not have to spend just an absolute fortune on 2 new jet skis. Yeah, didn't look as pretty out there on the lake as some of those brand new fast ones, but you know what? I don't owe anything on these. I owe nothing. Same goes for my boat. That's an 81 Glastron, and I bought it for, oh gosh, less than $2,000 last year. And I put quite a bit into it this winter. I fully restored it, but it was a labor of love. I don't anticipate ever getting the money back out of that thing. But it's done, and I love it. It's fast. Now I've got 2 little toys to go with it. They run too, so don't be afraid of these things. They are very hard to work on, but with a little bit of patience, they can be done. And the parts are readily available. I mean, just Craigslist has just got parts galore. You can find these skis that are blown up for cheap, and you'll have extra, can or jugs and everything to be able to fill if you have a blown up any of your cylinders. So I thought I was going to just sell this stuff on eBay, but I'm constantly picking through this junk. So that's why I'm going to keep it. So anyway, it's done. So now I got to find my next project. So maybe I'll get some action shots on the lake with these things. How about that?